Good morning to your cherished viewers and listeners. We can't complain.
Oh, just by the mention of Awal, he has actually walked into.
Just by the mention of your name.
Just by the mention of Awal, he's walked into.
Awal doesn't go to program late. What happened today?
Yes, the last time you were here, you were telling us.
You don't go for programs late.
You were telling us
you gave a scenario there was no traffic because fuel prices have gone up. So when you drove, so today what happened?
So fuel prices have gone down.
Yeah, today I didn't leave home early. No, the fuel prices are still high.
So that difference.
That's why you came early because the fuel price has gone down.
And vehicles were packed.
So I'm going to apologize.
You are late. He justified the position that fuel prices have gone
immediately
down. That's why there were traffic.
You listen to him. He will change position right now. No, wait. He will change position. No, you watch it and listen to carefully. He will change position.
But it's good to have you.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I think this week we've woken to what is troubling developments in relation to religious tolerance, comments and what have you, leading to breaches within the police's precinct when a suspect was in custody. That's where we're going to start. Just quick thoughts in relation to that and the concern and what we want to see from security agencies in relation to that. I'm going to start with Mr. Kuting because he's a security expert, and so I want to pick thoughts from him on that.
Well,
I mean, generally what you've made of it and what we should be doing to safeguard the space against, because some argue this is even a psyop. This could be somebody testing the waters to see how they can take advantage of what has been a very peaceful nation since independence.
Marina, thank you for having me. A very good morning to my co-panelists and to our cherished viewers and listeners. In fact, the strength of this country is how we have been able to manage our religious tolerance, especially the role the Chief Imam, His Eminence, has played in all of this. It's just unfortunate these things are rearing its ugly head. And I dare say that religious bigotry wouldn't benefit any political party. It wouldn't at all. So anybody who has a mindset of using religious bigotry as a political tool will be failing even to begin with. But this is a challenge. When the Imam made that video that was leaked, I was happy the way His Eminence, the Chief Imam's office, swiftly released a statement calling for his arrest. My challenge is why the security agencies delay in effecting the arrest of the Imam. I don't know whether they were afraid. 92.7. They had better intelligence we didn't have, and being a security analyst, sometimes they may not be able to act depending on certain circumstances. Having done that, the man was arrested. And I think because of the delay in the arrest of the Imam, most pastors also started talking about it. And let's take it or leave it. I believe in Jesus Christ. You believe in Muhammad.
Including Jesus Christ.
No, wait.
So as a Muslim, we believe if you're not, you don't, just to...
I'm coming from the radical point of Islam.
Yeah,
based on what the Imam, based on what the Imam said. Based on what the Imam said.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he came out of ignorance. That's the reason.
I'm making a point. I know where I'm going through this tangent.
Sure.
Look, if I believe in Jesus Christ, Eric, you believe in Prophet Muhammad. May his
peace be unto his name.
I don't see anything wrong to force you to believe in what I believe in. I'm drawing this tangent because when the pastor made some remarks about the Holy Prophet and he was arrested, we had somebody infiltrate security and meted out violence of unprecedented level on this pastor.
Yes.
What have they done to that man?
He's been arrested.
It took commentators to call for his arrest before he was arrested. He did this in the precinct or the police station. Do we have the headquarters of the police station? Do we have to call on the police to do their duty? So these are the inactions sometimes they do, and it leads to other unintended consequences, misinformation, and what have you. I will say this without any apology. Look, we are in a secular state. We have laws that governs us. Anybody who is a religious fanatic and has gone against the rules and the dictates and laws of the state, the person should be treated as a criminal and dealt with in the confines of the law. The imam was arrested, granted bail, and people didn't understand why he was granted bail. Even currently, murder, you can be granted bail. It is his inherent right. What we should be concerned is, would the police be able to do the right thing to make sure that he's prosecuted and be able to sustain evidence to warrant such a prosecution? On the part of the pastor, he was arrested and also given bail. Where I disagree vehemently with the police is the slap they allow a Muslim to meet out on him. And that particular gentleman should be before the law courts today. Because I think that would de-escalate the tensions that are otherwise brewing in our communities. We are underestimating this thing. But I tell you, behind the scenes, the things that are going on, it's not easy. And the only way we can put a stop to this thing is making sure that the law take its full course. Emma, I want to come to a very serious matter as a security analyst. And again, I don't have any apology whatever, because what I'm doing is for the interest of the state. Have we asked ourselves how terrorism began? Boko Haram began in Nigeria. It started with radical Islamic preaching. Then they introduced the Sharia law. And today, northern Nigeria is a no-go zone. You saw what the Imam said, and I quote him, that if this was in the Muslim community, could you have done this? It's so telling. Don't let us pretend like ostriches, because the peace of this country matters to everybody. And Rwanda is so fresh in our minds, so it was just a reckless statement on a radio station that brought about the Hutus and Tutsis genocide we witnessed. Go to our communities and hinterlands. There are a lot of mosques springing out. There is nothing wrong about that. There is nothing. That is the religious freedom we are preaching. But we have to be concerned the kind of imams that are manning those mosques. Because this guy came to speak. He's not the first one to say it. Many have gone underground doing this kind of preaching. Our only lack is that maybe somebody felt so uncomfortable and recorded it and leaked it. So we have to watch how mosques are springing out in our rural communities and the people who are manning them. Look at the porous nature of our borders. And we are surrounded with the Sahelian state. Is that not true? Look at Islamic stuff in Burkina, Niger, and where have you? Most of the imams that are even in this country are not Ghanaians. They are not Ghanaians.
That's not true.
Most. Look, we have.
Majority of them are Ghanaians.
When you say most,
Okay, let me say some.
There's not even some. You see, before you even become a head of a mosque anywhere in this country.
I'm not finished.
Okay, well,
You speak there.
Relax.
Okay.
You have a lot of things to say. This matter is not going to be business as usual.
Look. I'm from the northern region. I grew up in the Zongos. I'm a Zongo boy. I go to the mosques, and I can show you pictures and videos of me going to the mosques. Me, Emmanuel Cotin, as a Christian. That's the level of religious tolerance this country has brought all of us to embrace. What is wrong is wrong. If there is a secret agenda of Islamization in this country, fine. It is your religious freedom. do it the right way under the confines of the law. But radical Islamic preaching would never be tolerated in this country. It is against our constitution.
Right.
And if we don't take time, these spillovers could bring about what we have seen in other countries. And I want to end here forcefully that politicians will beg you people, stay off from this matter. It's not a political issue.
Fair enough. Awal, I'll have you come in for me.
Thank you so much. I think he's spoken as a security expert, but unfortunately his biases came out because he didn't also condemn radical Christian preaching. Why will someone insult even a chief? Not to talk about a prophet of a faith, you understand? So I expected him to also condemn those pastors who are underlying and doing all these things. But you see, now, as he said, you see, when he was talking, he said, well, as a Christian, he believes in Jesus Christ. But as a Muslim, I have to believe in 6 distinct things to be a believer. If you don't believe in these 6 things, you're not a believer. One of the things is believe in the prophets and the books. Prophets, I believe in the Bible and I believe it's from God. You understand? But as a Muslim, I have been given only Quran now because that is the end of time. You understand? So those who believed in the Abraham, we call that book Sufi Ibrahim. That is the one that he brought. Then Moses will have the Torah. In Christianity, you call it Torah, right? Then Bible, we call it Injila. Then the Quran. These are the books that we know God brought into this world in the course of time. You understand? So we believe in Jesus Christ and we believe he will return and fight the infidels. This is a belief we have and it's in the Quran. The only departure here is that Christians believed he died on the cross. We believe he was taken up and didn't die. That is the only difference. You see, Christianity and Islam have a lot of things in common, especially things that are lawful, that are not lawful, and so on. Almost all the things. The only thing is that I see is that
we are not debating.
No,
Islam,
I'm coming.
We are debating actions that are taking place.
Okay.
So where you are going,
you had your time. You don't
allow him make the point.
I've been given time. If I even center it here, I will be okay. And he will have to guide me, not you. So what I'm saying is that is why it is called Abrahamic religions. Islam and Christianity is
Mosaic
called exactly. They are called Abrahamic because at least it came from Abraham. You understand? So that is one. 2 is that you see what happened when the Imam made that incendiary edict
92.7
around Intensary in the Ashanti region. The first commentary when it came up, the first thing that the National Chief Imam issued a statement and said that no, this is inconsistent with our religion. Then he called for his arrest to really explain. Because there is no text in the Quran that says that if anyone insults Prophet Muhammad or insults God, the person should be killed. There's no verse in the Quran, there's no anything, even in history of the Prophet. There was an attempt on the life of the Prophet. A woman poisoned him. He didn't die. He summoned her. She said she wanted to test whether he is a true prophet. He forgave her. You understand? So the life of the Prophet, there was no point in the life of the Prophet that someone was killed because he insulted him or insulted anyone. So when the Imam made that edict that if someone insults Prophet Muhammad, you can kill the person and you die a martyr. I said, this is an ignorant person leading people. I even said it. Then I saw that statement from the National Chief Imam. Then I felt refreshed. And the subsequent that arrest him because it doesn't happen this way. You see, in Ghana, we've lived over years. Islam came in Ghana before Christianity. Yes. Islam was in Ghana before Christianity. But we've lived in harmony. And when you check the top 10, he's a security expert, top 10 triggers that have caused a lot of deaths in this country, religious does not even play any role.
Religious clashes.
Yes, clashes do not even play any role. The only thing is that it is only intra. If it might even happen, you see someone, another one fighting at a church over something, or in the Zongo you see them sects fighting. But for you to say interface, we don't even record it here. Top 10 is not there. So that is the reason when he made that edict, we're all livid and angry. Why? It is not in the Quran. He didn't quote any Quran. When I saw that, I have an article. I did not publish it that day. I was surprised that I didn't publish it. I wrote it. That even when he apologized, he sought to say that, well, he was preaching, but his people, his imams called him to ask him to apologize, and he was doing it in the context of Islam. I said, no, that's true. That's not true. Even in the context of Islam, there's nowhere. Radicalism is not part of Islam. It's not. If you get opportunity, the Quran is there. I can send you the soft copy. You read. There's nowhere in the Quran that says that we should radicalize and so on. Even when you are insulted, the Quran, yesterday I wrote an article on it, the Quran says that if you are insulted and you feel that your God is being insulted, if you are within a space, move out of the space. If you think you can talk, educate the person. Because the person insulting, if you see anyone in any discourse, even as we sit here, you resort to insult, it means the person doesn't have anything to say. Now let's come back to the arrest. When the pastor was also seen insulting Prophet Muhammad, a lot of people called for his arrest again. He was also arrested. To be very honest, the security expert would validate this. The two offenses, the one that the imam did and this one, they are all misdemeanor.
Yeah.
But the most important thing is that their safety is also very important. Sometimes the police can arrest you because of your safety.
Very true.
You understand? Because the moment people start saying, arrest him. For instance, the man in Intensary. Intensary is a Christian-dominated place.
You want to say that the pastor's safety was
3FM
at risk. That's why his
coming.
arrest was more important.
I'm saying that the imam, I'm starting from the imam. The imam lives in Intensary. This is a Christian-dominated area. And he issued that edict. His arrest is more beneficial to him than if they leave him there. You understand? Again, the pastor, you don't know where he is. You might not know a hothead who will also accost him somewhere and harm him. But when they hear, because Ghana, we are generally law-abiding, when they hear that the police have grabbed them, even if they see him walking, they know that he is with the police, even if he had been given a granted bail. So I was happy when they were both arrested, and I said, even the arrest itself is for their safety. Even though they had crossed the line, but their safety is also in addition to what had happened. Right. Now, in the police station, you get people, this is the first time I'm hearing this, that there is a liaison officer between the Ghana police and Zango. It is interesting. I don't know if in the past you've heard it.
I've never heard that.
There is a liaison officer, and that is the liaison officer who took that people there and they slapped the guy. I was shocked that why would there be a liaison officer between Zango and you see, interestingly, this liaison officer is someone who is moving around the Zangos calling for Muhammad's third term. You understand? I was shocked that, why will he, that is the official position and he's paid for that. No, yes, I have the videos. The videos are abound. No, I'll give you the video.
Because that introduction then begins to introduce politics.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. That you see, the most important is that the security expert is saying that this is the first time he's also hearing that there is a liaison officer between Zango.
Myself, I've not heard that, and exactly. I don't know how true that is.
No, the communication is there. He was the one who
communication. Yeah, I was going to ask who appointed him to be liaison officer between the
Ghana police.
And I've not seen anything.
Exactly. So that's why I'm saying that as journalists, you can just introduce from the police.
No, because relax for me. The individual, we don't know what, because at some point there was suggestion he was working in the Interior Ministry. That's been debunked. It's not.
No, the individual who meted the slap is a broadcaster But he went there in the company of Baba Sule, who is the police liaison officer.
Who is that Baba Sule?
Yeah,
I'll show you his picture in the videos. I'll give you the videos if you can play it on.
What is his relationship with the
So that's why they said he's the police liaison officer.
appointed by who?
By the I don't know who appointed him, but I'm sure it will be the IGP.
So it's a hearsay.
Not the hearsay, but how did you get access to him?
No, you see, what I want us to get into is, I mean, the concern is how the people were able to breach
Get
the
there.
laws.
So I'm saying that the reason they're able to get there is that the Baba Sule, because you see, two videos emerged. One is that when the gentleman was insulting him in the room, then the slap came outside. You understand? How did they get access to the room? And I'm telling you that there is someone called Baba Sule who is the police liaison, whom they went there with.
You are establishing that Baba Sule is a police liaison based on what?
That's what we were told.
So it's
You
a
understand?
hearsay.
Okay, so now, how did they get access to the place?
It's another
today,
question.
you invited me here. I
know that place very well. I've been.
I
I've gone
cannot
there
even.
in my
I've
early
said that-
days as a journalist. When Koko Anyido was arrested, when Nyantechi was brought in, I was lurking around the place and I
But
was
it will be
finding
difficult
what
for you
was
as a
happening.
journalist to even enter if you are not.
No,
really
it's very
given
difficult.
permission.
You can't actually go past the front decks. The corridor there, no, they'll bounce
Before
you.
you can even get inside. Even here, when you invited me, I can't just come here unless someone open from the back. So that's what I'm saying. That there's a security breach.
Fair enough.
And I think that security breach must be investigated.
92.7.
We must establish. I entreat you journalists to establish how they got there.
It's a
And I'm
question
telling
we
you
are
that
asking
there
and
is
we're seeking
someone by name Baba Sule who they said is a police liaison officer who is always a lot of people within the Zongo.
We don't, because the said individual is not here.
Yeah.
And I cannot confirm as well, because the question as to how they got access to the CID is a legitimate question.
I
being
agree with
asked.
you.
The CID, the IGP has been directed to investigate that and interdict anybody who was on duty when that happens.
Yeah.
We are waiting for the details.
Okay.
But I don't know about a liaison officer for the Zongo.
Yeah.
Yes, myself, I was hearing it for the first time when we inquired
You
how
should
they
have
got
drilled
there.
further. You should have drilled further.
Well, how do you drill further when you are in a country where you even make a comment, you can be jailed for 1 year. Yeah, just for insult, you can just be jailed for 1 year for insult.
Roger, let me bring in Roger on your thoughts on this development as well. This was supposed to be opening comment, but it's just going on for a while because the main subject is the scholarship. conversation.
You are afraid to touch religious matters.
Absolutely,
We must confront them.
Very true.
We have to confront them.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I feel sad for my brother trying to politicize the whole issue when the security expert made his submissions on the subject matter and then entreating the fact that, Ghana, we've coexisted for a long time. Awa, I believe, lives in the Zongo, but I'm more of a Zongo boy than Awa. You know? The fact that you are not does not mean that you are a Zongo boy.
Being a northerner doesn't automatically
relax.
suggest.
If you have
Roger,
any point, I want to paint a picture. You see, we grew up in an environment.
Roger, I'm making the correction. Wait, I'm making the correction that even
up.
if you're from the north, it doesn't automatically assume.
No, that is why I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. No, they are Christians in the north. That's what I'm saying.
Muslims. Christians in the north.
Absolutely. That is an undeniable fact. Even looking at the demographics and then the population characteristics
so I want you
of the country, you can tell. But what I'm trying to establish here is that me as a person, I grew up in Ashaimanas in Suba. 2 houses before my house is a very big mosque. We go in, we pray. When it's fasting time, we all fast, we all eat, we all go to the mosque, we all go to the church. So we've gotten that kind of orientation. You get me? And we are able to coexist among ourselves. So if issues of this kind happens, I don't expect our political brothers to sit here and try paint pictures and then also use hearsays to attribute or tag someone in a political lens. You know, that is not the reality. Now, I want to kill the hearsay that he was
one Baba Sule who is
yes.
I think we've even
No, but
on a consensus we've agreed that names cannot.
But I want him.
Disassociate.
Anytime he gets the opportunity to speak with issues of hearsay, if you don't have an empirical fact or any basis of fragmental evidence to ascertain or to justify your statement, don't make them, because we are educating and we are feeding people. Probably at the point you were saying, someone was listening and the person's radio or phone might go off at that time. But what you have fed to the person is what will travel. You get me? So, my brother, let's try to do the honorable thing when we get the opportunity to communicate to the populace. Now, with respect to the issue he mentioned, saying that both issues are misdemeanors, it is not true. The pastors can be considered or classified under a misdemeanor, but that of the Malam instigating people to kill is a pure criminal offense. Are you getting me? Because that can destabilize the peace of the country. However, let me not go into it so much, because there are cases, there are rude cases at the court that
take care of these matters.
That makes it, Azamati and others versus the Republic. This is 1974. Yeah, and then, yes, absolutely. And we have the Republic versus Havor and another. This is just a recent one, 2023. And then you had people instigating people to go and commit murder, instigating people or psyching people to rouse against people in a way that it would destabilize people's peace. Is not a misdemeanor. It is a pure criminal offense. So let's leave that one there. Now, with what the security expert said, Mr. Kuntin said, I think we should take matters serious, especially with the police service. If someone has been detained and the person is supposed to be protected for safety, because if that utterance was made probably in a Zongo area, the person could have been martyred or like lynched. You get it? And now, you arresting the person is not just to investigate or prosecute the person or pass judgment. Now someone comes to the police station or the police headquarters and you are able to release a detainee to a group of people, not only to have an interaction with the person.
That's a subject matter.
They are not even lawyers.
Investigation.
Yes, they are not even lawyers.
It's been condemned by everybody.
No, it's been condemned, but we need to speak to it, and every individual that is an accomplice in this has to be expunged from the police service. If we mean, I'm serious. This is a serious matter. We are building a country and we are going a direction.
There are Supreme Court cases, High Court, which speak to the fact that once a person is in police custody, I mean, you should not assault them. Even police officers
Absolutely. But for the mere fact that it's not just the assault, having a group of people, they are not even lawyers or his counsels, where you have to interact with them, and the people moving him and putting a TikTok live. TikTok live.
And they were live on TikTok as well.
Live on TikTok.
That was
in a security
raises serious
space,
questions.
a security zone.
Now, what I wrote yesterday about it, everyone is insulting me. They're doing videos and so on when I called for his arrest.
In a security,
they're just insulting me.
in a security zone. In a security zone, and you keep a camera on a suspect, and you have someone have the balls, the moral locus to slap from behind. You see, it's no, please.
If not party person, who will
please,
get there?
Please, Awa.
Roger, speak to me. Don't speak to.
You see, I was telling Awa that this is petty. This is petty
that,
politics. Awa is doing petty politics, and these are the things that destabilizes the peace of a country. No, if we want to be patriotic, because listen, as I'm seated here, let me tell you, I have read theology. I told you I grew up in a Muslim community. People think I'm a Muslim. I'm an Ashaman boy.
Oh, okay.
98% of my circles are Muslims. Even the guys I move with. You get me? I have Imam's children and Malam's children. We move together. I've read theology too. So if I have to come here and do exegesis of the subject matter to defend the pastor. I can do to defend the malam. I can do that. But we are looking at the security of the country. We are looking at living a country that our forefathers or the forebearers has left behind. You know, one thing that I believe in life, that if you cannot leave anything for the next generation, don't compromise their future.
Absolutely.
And in doing that, there are certain steps we need to take, certain stance we need to take, or certain statements we need to protect, or we don't have to utter in order to breach the kind of peace or the security we have here.
Fair enough.
So if our brothers will want to politicize issues of this matter or this nature,
widespread condemnation.
you get me? No, but he seated here on air trying to politicize it.
Continue to come in.
You get me? You just made mention of it.
I continue to come in.
You see, so the issue is, so as it stands now, the police headquarters, every individual that is a corporate with respect to they having access to the CID headquarters, having access to the detainee, making those videos, whoever is involved, I think the person should be called to booked.
Absolutely.
To book, and then some should be expelled. At least it should be a deterrent.
Fair enough.
We should set a narrative out there that people would have to take their work seriously, because this can.
Absolutely.
Jealous.
Absolutely.
Solo, you have the final word on
Now,
this.
let me end with.
You've spoken for like.
Let me end. No, it's just a statement. I want a question. You see, someone made a statement in Nigeria. I think we should take it serious as Ghanaians. They say in Nigeria, when you enter a public bus or a commercial car, you don't know whether you will get home or not. Let's not get there as a country. You understand it? No, listen to the statement I've made.
So the statement
When you
made
sit
is
in
understood. No, I mean
Ask whether you get
because
home
of
or not.
insurgents and
You
all
don't
of that.
know.
So
let's not get
have
there.
you, let me have you come in for me as well.
Eric, the truth of the matter is that we have a lot of religious fanatics and lunatics in this country. They don't understand anything about even the very religion that they claim they are in. They have no clue. They go and read portions of, say, the Quran, and then come and tell us their peace of mind. And based on that, they expect people to act on it. And I'm like, are we serious? If you go to a country like the UAE, that which is predominantly a Muslim or Islamic country, you can barely even see the actions of sheikhs. You barely hear them speak. Run like a European country that everybody feels free. They don't even go with this radicalism. You are living in a small chamber or you are issuing threats. That day, what you even eat is a problem. How to develop the country is not your concern. How to go and slap or kill somebody is your concern. That is for them. That is their own cup of tea. My concern is that somebody has committed a crime. Slapping is not part of any laws of this country.
FM 92.
Whether the pastor called the prophet a thief, whether the pastor called him what, if that calling does not amount to any crime under our laws, you have no business slapping. Even if he said that, it is for the law to deal with the person. And not for you to take the laws into your own hands and be slapping and be filming. And you want you to take it serious? He might be prosecuted immediately to serve as a deterrent. This kind of confusion and commotion will not be entertained in this country. So the person that filmed it, the person that slapped, the policeman that allowed, everyone must be dragged into the fray and dealt with according to the laws of the land, so that we will be okay with our lives. You are slapping. That you are so, look, in a police station, even if it is in your own bedroom, you don't have any right whatsoever to slap anybody. So I believe that it has to be acted upon immediately. I also disagree with those that said that even when the Imam said all those things, the chief imam issued a statement, so they were supposed. It did not need. We don't need the chief imam to issue any statement before anybody has committed a crime is arrested. The chief imam is not the IGP of this country. Neither is the chairman of the Christian Council. If you have committed, you are committed. You are arrested. You see, there is a 10. Look, sometimes Fridays, you will be in traffic and these young boys and stuff. They say they are going to bury somebody. Then they take over the street. Then we have the security authorities in this country that are not able to deal with that radicalism. You want to go and bury somebody, so you are late. You didn't know you were late when you were holding on at your place, so that you set off early to go and bury the person. When they are coming, pack, as if this country has been won to them.
3FM
And I'm calling on the IGP and the police service to begin to be serious on such matters. Nobody is going to countenance on some of these things. You understand? Recently, what are we in court with? You remember the Wesley Girls issues? So if you have such an imam who is radicalizing the young ones that comes to him for mentorship, imagine such an imam preaching to a young lady. That young lady gets opportunity to be in Wesley Girls. And by dint of somebody saying anything about a religion, that lady has been taught by this imam that you slap the person or you kill the person. What happened in that school? What happened in that school? So, my attitude is that a crime has been committed. I heard our brother in Team Forjo and another person who is also, I don't know whether it's an Islamic cleric, or say, we have sorted the matter. Who told them that they have the power to solve crime? You only went to police station to do your bail. That is for you. Bail has been granted. But the crime will be pursued. The man should go to court and tell us the law that gives him the right to slap anybody. He must tell us. I'm not interested in whether the man belongs to a Buddhist or a Christian or Islam. What I'm interested in that a crime has been perpetuated and we must deal with it. That is all to it. And once we do, in terms of this country, we have never fought amongst ourselves. When I hear people say that we have lived, why? Go and fight it. Because you are, go and fight. Who cares? That you are a Muslim, you are a Christian, so you want to go and fight. Go and fight. Let them go and fight.
A Christian. It's the father who.
It is the reason why I took
her father, because he felt that I will make her a Muslim. That was the reason I didn't marry her. I dated her for like 7 years. He knew.
Even there are instances.
I even told him.
I know one of my bosses in the office is a Muslim, is married to a Christian.
But the point is that
Betimud and Alhaji Muhammad Idrisu.
Yes.
They've been married and have adult children.
The point is
that he's a Muslim.
Does love knows any religion? What some of us spoke against was when people decided. That's why I didn't want our to do politics with it. When people decided to do politics with religion in this country, especially Sheikh Ibrahim Nyama and Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia himself. Sheikh Nyama in 2024. No, I'm just telling you that you don't have to go there.
Nyama is your brother.
Sheikh Nyama told us that as a Muslim cleric, we must go and vote for Bawumia. I said, Sheikh, what's the meaning of Sheikh? Sheikh means an elder or a wise old man. So in your wiseness,
I'm not sure we've gotten there. So
you should go again. I was only reminding you of Sheikh. So here we go. There is no need. The man must be prosecuted. He must be imprisoned if the law allows that. So that you go to jail and then go and do this religious business over there. You go and meet the inmate. Oh, punish him very well.
Right. So, quick comment in relation to that. We're some 28 minutes to the top of the hour here on the 3FM Sunrise. You can send us your thoughts and messages as well as we continue in the conversation. 053-220-0927, 053-220-0927. I see a lot of the comment in relation to Abubuya and the conversations from the accident yesterday, which we were having a lot earlier in the morning as well. But back to another matter that has dominated conversations this week. Has to do with the Scholarship Secretariat and some monies and what have you, raising concerns as to where all of the money has gone in relation to what it is that we're doing as a people. Solo, I'll start with you on this Scholarship Secretariat matter. I mean, where do you stand on it? There are those who say that, look, based on all of the things that we've seen, perhaps we should put a stop to awarding scholarships for now until all of this is remedied, because there's the UK High Commissioner says there's 32 million pounds of debt hanging over her head, amongst other things.
It's not only the UK government. If you go to Togo, we are even owing the Togolese government. Because students that have
I don't know about
No, I know about that. I'm serious about it.
the French children are.
The Ghanaian children
Yeah,
who
yeah.
are there to
So
teach them English.
it's everywhere. But the problem is that I'm very surprised the former scholarship secretariat boss is not being prosecuted.
He's issued a statement.
No, but he has to be prosecuted immediately. He has done a great deal of disservice to the people of this country. And all this expose did not just start today. Even when the MPP was in power, we knew all of this. There were actually programs on various platforms that we discussed them and exposed the corruption that was happening there. So conveniently, he found his way to Parliament. This country wants to make parliaments an annex of people that commit crime and then go for a shield or shelter. Elsewhere, if you were to go to India and Pakistan, you know what they do with scholarships? They know that those that occupy World Bank, IMF, and other places, they will come from the top universities, say Harvard, MIT, and so on and so forth. So deliberately, every year, the Indian government gives scholarships to their citizens to go to Harvard, MIT, and so on, to go and sit in the same classroom with those that will be taking future decisions. So that it is whom you know. If you are looking for anything, it becomes softer. That is what they use the scholarship for. In our part of the world, it is pay me and let me give you scholarship. So people that do not deserve to have even assembly, this is assembly scholarship, they are giving scholarship to go and learn outside the shores of this country. And not just them alone, we pay for their girlfriends, their fiancés, their adopted kids, everybody is paid. And what even surprises me is that those that are in the position to pay, we also give them scholarship. Oko Boy in 2020, I have one here. Let me wait for you. I don't know whether you have that one. Oko Boy scholarship.
I've seen
You have seen it?
I've seen the Okoboy one. I've seen it.
The country is already expanding on you. Then you go ahead and take scholarship again. Napo, Adwasa for them. What about the lady at who is facing the national service? Give tea and the husband.
And the children.
My goodness. Why do we do this to ourselves? So genuinely those that deserve scholarship that could go and learn to come and better the loss of the people of this country, they are denied. Eric, you could be a first-class student. And because of the chop in the sector, your application will never be considered. Because you will not have money to go and pay bribe. So we have defeated the entire essence of the scholar. I agree that we must halt it and do a forensic audit of the entire sector. Bring those that have caused this country this international embarrassment to book. And here you don't have to go far. I am saying that the MP for Abuakwasa has no business being in Parliament.
92.7.
In spite of all this. Who is in this administration protecting him? Who? Who is protecting him? Knowing what we know today.
What do we know?
What we know is that a lot of scholarships were procured using dubious means. Dubious. But we sit down and we will not speak about it. That is Ghana for you. So I am saying that we need to, as a matter of urgency, deal with the rot there. Secondly, I maintain that there are certain programs that we don't have to sponsor people to go outside the country and do it. Why must we be sponsoring a lot of people to go outside this country and do social science? Why? When we have Lagos, we have the KUSC, we have the UCC, we have the UDS, we are still sponsoring people to go out there, to go and learn economics, when our economic situation is different from what happens in Europe. It is in Europe, you go and buy a car, 2 years,
the price depreciates. When you come to the economics of Ghana, you buy a car 2 years, the price appreciates. So how can that person go to Europe and go and learn their economics and come and implement it here? Is the reason why the erstwhile administration go and give the economy to Yalians, Oxfordians, and at the end of the day, we are buying a city to the dollar 17. I don't think so. Once again, beyond their studies, those programs that we do not have expertise to carry them through in this country, what are the mechanisms that ensures that they will even come back to this country? Because our ambassador or high commissioner to the UK tells us that the PhD students, most of them are not willing to come back to Ghana. They don't want to come back to Ghana because they feel that they have gotten a greener pasture somewhere, but they are using you and our tax revenue to stay there.
92.7.
Right.
So it's a matter that the former scholarship secretariat boss must be immediately hauled before the state institutions and investigated thoroughly and prosecuted after that, so that we will rid this country of all these corrupt officials who are also making laws for all of us.
Right. Solo, thank you. There are a few comments. And the Facebook people are accusing me that I don't read a lot of their comments. A few ones in relation to A+, Loyangoa, Abu Korabu, and Daniel Eduafare all share comments. Now, Ni Odate Mills says, good morning, 3FM, especially Senior Solomon Owusu. He returns to say Kamal was making a good point and he messed it up with politics and adds laughing emojis and says that you were making a good point but you wanted to dilute it with politics. Daniel Eduafare says, doesn't it disappoint, I'm not getting the comments proper in relation to what Solomon may have said in relation to the pastor being mistreated, but so yeah, those are a few of the comments. Noah, the ark builder, speaks to some constituency level elections of the NPP as well. And Daniel returns again, says he shares in the opinion that the former scholarship secretariat boss must be prosecuted. Well, I'm going to come to you in relation to the scholarship secretary, then I'll come to Roger and then Mr. Kuting. As to this, we've seen a statement from the former registrar of the secretariat saying that, look, they're subjecting themselves to all scrutiny and all of that. But do you share in the arguments by Solo that, look, he should not be in Parliament by now, must be undergoing certain prosecutions, at least based on what we are being told, and the debts? You are even telling me about some of the monies owed to Togo and the likes, resulting from scholarships handed out for a country who doesn't have money always.
So if there is a debt, it means the person has embezzled monies or the person has misappropriated funds. Why do we have to do this to ourselves? You see, the whole discussion that has been ignited by the UK High Commissioner is because the government is struggling to pay the scholarship beneficiaries. That is the reason they want to really give something.
But is that an accurate? Is that an accurate position? You know, the reason I asked that question, and I always make an intervention when I believe it is necessary. The reason I make this intervention is that even under the erstwhile administration, there were students on scholarship who were complaining. So yes, it cannot be that the reason this is coming out alone is because under the former President Akufo-Addo, there was a genuine struggle to pay them as well.
So do we have only students in only UK? We have a lot of students.
So under your administration, Hungarian students
in Morocco, were complaining daily.
They are complaining.
Everywhere.
No, so allow me
what I'm saying is that the reason it is a discussion today is as a result of some picketing that they did at the UK High Commission, the beneficiaries of the scholarship. Then now, instead of paying them, they are now hiding behind debt to say that indeed they were reeling under debt is the reason they are not paying them. That is why I ask the question. If there is a debt, does it mean that the former scholarship secretariat boss has embezzled money or has misappropriated funds? No. There is no one.
92.7.
Okay, that's what I will explain. There is no one who will inherit scholarship secretariat without a debt. The reason is that today, my brother Asafaje will give the scholarship for someone to go and study PhD. They have 2 years to leave office. And the PhD is 4 years. So definitely, before anyone takes over in 2029,
What sort of argument is that?
in 2029, you meet 2 years that he has to pay.
But must you not give
Exactly, so that's the
must you
reason
not give
when we
scholarships
came-
when you know that
You know that you can pay because school fees don't. There are no arrears.
But
in
the
school.
state will be able to pay. And they pay it as an almost every year. That is why when we came, there were debts. How did it make it an issue? Because the students are there. They are Ghanaians. Government is a continuum. And we believe that we will have to continue and pay. That's the reason I'm saying that. Even today, they are left with 4 years. They'll give someone scholarship to go and read PhD. And that PhD will really exceed their tenure. So definitely we'll have to pay. And that is what we met. And nobody, unless you don't know the system, nobody will be at the school, will take over scholarship secretariat and say that he did not meet a debt. Debt is supposed to be there because they don't generate funds. They take remittances from government so that they use
How
it to
did
pay.
this come about?
You understand? They take it from government so that they pay. If the government does not pay in time, the debt will be there. What is the IGF? Almost zilch. So definitely they take almost all their monies from the government. And if the government refuses to pay, how is that the problem of that the scholarship secretariat boss? That is one. Two is that, you see, the man who was in charge of the scholarship secretariat from day one when Afafaje took over, he went and granted the interview at Inshira FM in Kumasi.
3FM
And said there were a lot of frauds and so on.
92.7.
The man has submitted himself to both BNI and the police and has been attending to the police inquiries and so on throughout since 2025. This is something I know.
But there's a concern that some persons were not qualified, and in certain instances, the nature and the manner. I mean, handing out
a lot of
scholarships,
rot there.
and then you are paying spouse and all of those things. All of that
yes,
put together
exactly.
raise
The security
questions
is
and
yet to
concerns.
finish their work, and he's complying. And this is what his lawyers even communicated yesterday. Now, he's been complying from last year. So if really it is something, is he supposed to send himself to court? No. If you think there is something wrong, and you've been talking about this rot from last year, you've been telling us that there are rots in the scholarship secretariat, there are people who have been paid unjustly, there are people who have received from their spouse and so on. If all these things are wrongdoings, what are you expecting him to do? He'll still continue his work as an MP. You will have to send him to court. You have not concluded your investigations. And why do you bastardize a man when you have not concluded your investigations? And again, scholarships come in different forms. There are some that may support your spouse. Whether it is right or wrong, we'll have to really sit down and look at it and evaluate it. What Solo said, I remember after Manasseh also, sorry about that. After Manasseh did his expose, after he did his expose in 2023, there was some realignment to the extent that we agreed that Get Fund should not sponsor anyone outside the country. It should be within the country. And if there are courses that are being studied here in Ghana, people shouldn't be given.
I'm trying. It's not a pressure. Yes.
Take over another.
Yes.
You see, I know my brother Awad very well. He's somebody who has always spoken the truth. But Awad has found himself in a very uncomfortable situation lately. Trying to defend the indefensible. And you know that when you are defending the truth, it's very easy. You see the pressure you are coughing at. Hey, bring water. Bring this water.
If you don't bring water,
the pressure
you don't want to lose a soul.
Look, to be honest. To be honest, this was just on a lighter note, my brother. You know that. Me and you there, water don't pass between us. You see, the scholarship secretariat has become a crime scene. It didn't start today. The current MP for Abakwa North, right, when he was there, you remember in the MPP, this issue came up.
Is he Abakwa South or
Abakwa South, or
yeah,
no?
it should be South.
Abakwa South. When this issue came up, I was thinking for once the MPP would institute an investigations and address the situation. They didn't do that. And you are here saying governance is a continuous process. Why must it take another government to investigate craft? Look at the beneficiaries, Okoboy.
Okoboy.
Look, I'm from Saboba. A very marginalized community. There are youth in Saboba who are looking for scholarship, they can't get it. Okoboy is politically exposed, one. He's a medical doctor, two. And you give scholarship to such a person with a wife and children.
No, his one, there's no wife.
Let me check whether the wives were part.
Okay, only him. Even that, granted that. Napo, even Napo, to go to Harvard and
got
do
his
something.
scholarship in 2014 under some Garba, not under this one. He got it.
No, he got another one. He got another one.
The suggestion is
when he was
another one.
Look, I have the
When he
phone.
was energy minister.
I have the phone.
Some other ones.
No.
But he got another one.
When he was
got
energy
another one
minister,
recently.
he got another one.
No, that's not true.
Okay. Let's assume that he got it under some Garba. Was Napo a needy student?
No.
Wait, was Napo a needy student?
I mean,
No.
it suggests there's a
Scholarship-
need for us to relook
Look,
the entire scholarship.
Scholarship was meant for brilliant by needy students. And certain courses that we don't offer here, that the country will need it. So look at Gifty Owari's case. Gifty was the deputy director of National Service. You give Gifty Owari a scholarship and the husband.
And the children.
And the children. How?
Eh?
How many children does Gifty Owari have?
£16,000 annuality.
Wait, relax. I have the floor. Where is your time? You are doing premature ejaculation here. Relax. So you see, Marina, it tells us as a country, we are not giving and distributing opportunities evenly. We are leaving people who are needy but brilliant and could play important roles in this country behind.
92.7.
The truth of the matter is that if you look at the system today, the poor man's children are the people suffering and they end up doing something good for this country.
Exactly.
The rich man's children, they are pampered, just like we are seeing the way this national service scheme is panning out. We should commend the UK High Commissioner. I listened to her.
Yeah, she's doing a good job.
And how the processes span out. They should stop issuing fresh scholarships
In fact,
and have a national relook about how the whole scholarship secretariat will be structured. Even for a fact, if we can, as a country, we shouldn't put a politically exposed person to manage the scholarship.
But I believe they have to publish all those that receive scholarship from 2017 to 2024. We must publish that. Or we can even stretch it. We can even stretch it to 2009. No, but I just tell you.
You see your bias?
I'm even saying that we can stretch it to 2009. We can even stretch it to 2009 to 2024 and publish all of them, and let's see whether they brilliant and publish their results. We want to see their transcripts.
So can I land?
Yeah, land.
Can I land? I will land this way.
His was public. It was discussed.
Exactly. So the same man he is calling for his incarceration is the same person who gave John Gachi the scholarship to read his PhD. Now he's Bank of Ghana. He gave
John
Dr.
Gachi
Sai.
was an academic.
Academic.
Dr. Sai, who is now the deputy attorney general.
Did he qualify?
It is Insili Ajimai. Who gave him the
You
scholarship?
go and give three people and give the rest to people that do not deserve it.
No, I'm just We can.
Let's not forget.
I'm on the floor. You have taken my time.
No, I'm on the floor. I'm on the floor.
No. You started coughing.
I'm on the floor.
I came to rescue you.
They are giving water.
I'm on the
I came to
floor.
rescue you.
If you come and lie, you will cough.
1 minute. 1 minute.
Let me
Then
land.
Roger, you come.
If you come and lie, you cough.
You see, I am troubled by the revelation Hawa is bringing out that Dr. Sri's
Sai.
his scholarship was given under the
Get Fund. Was it not Get Fund?
Ajima, right?
Yes.
So it was a Get Fund.
So
No, his scholarship is academic.
Wait. Do you know where I'm coming
Roger,
from?
you come in.
What are you?
making noise.
Allow me to talk.
But you are not allowed.
Because of time, I beg.
Look,
I beg. Yeah, because we're almost out.
you see, our scholarship secretary has it been structured for family and friends?
We give to everyone.
So it means that the current.
Yeah, and Akufo-Addo, we give to everyone.
And Akufo-Addo gave
family and
Please,
friends.
the 1 minute.
Give Zawari and go.
So you not allow me to lie. Don't allow me to lie.
Samira sister.
Don't allow me to lie.
Family and friends.
Because of time. Let me hear Roger, Mr. Secretary.
Roger, I will interject you because you interject me.
I beg
I
you.
must land. If I don't land, you people will not continue.
I beg you.
Let me land. Look,
you feeling
Mawina, on a more serious note, let's restructure our scholarships.
Right.
Do a proper publication of beneficiaries over a certain period. Cease giving scholarship for a period, and then when we are able to sanitize the system, we now put new modalities about how we award such scholarship. And it has to be a public competitive kind of thing, so that we don't go behind the scene and do I know you, I don't know you kind of thing. Otherwise, my people in Sawoba, how are they going to benefit?
Fair enough. Roger, let me hear you.
Yeah, with the issue of this scholarship brouhaha, I think the NPP should bow down their heads in shame. Wow. You see, they made so much noise. You know, just recently, I think we were on set with Kofi Ofosu-Nkaza. And then he was making some allegations that they are selling scholarships. And you know, I didn't blame him so much because that is what they did in their time. They sold scholarship. It was on the table for the highest bidder. And those that were in lofty government positions, they decided to reward them with scholarships. How can Gift Yowari, sitting as the deputy NSA boss, goes in for a scholarship, the husband gets on the scholarship, the children gets on the scholarship, gets 16. Oh, please.
They don't have children, right?
Please.
That's an important.
Wait. No. Based on the information on the ground, they say the family. Please.
No, it has to be on the document.
Whoever is on the document, I can't tell, but they are family. What I'm saying is, they give them over £16,000 keep up annually.
Did they break any law?
Please. Oh, my brother.
That's very important.
So misappropriating state funds, it is lawful.
If it is lawful at that time, there's no problem with that. We can
it's
only
lawful.
look at
The
who
concern-
is the beneficiary.
Wait.
The security expert said. Let's look at who is the beneficiary.
Please. Aside that, when NIB searched Ofosu Nkasa's house, they found 5 scholarship letters.
But they have discontinued that investigation.
Oh, please.
Why did they do
Let me
that?
do my submission, my brother.
The state
Do
has
the honorable
discontinued.
thing.
We discontinued.
Allow him finish.
They had 5 scholarship award letters, 1 no objection letter, 4 affidavits of financial supports, 4 bond forms. See, if we are a serious country, someone who was the CEO of NIP has scholarship letters signed in his room. 5.
So you're saying that your
Please,
government is not a serious government? Because your government met all these things and they have discontinued the case. He's no longer even attending to the NIB.
Look at you.
They have discontinued the case, so it means they did nothing wrong.
Wait. If
he had done something
if we should
wrong,
constitute an
he should be in
inquiry
court by
now,
now.
and someone is detained, you get
You
these
said you
people
are not a
marching as
serious
if
government. We
they
agree.
are crest
That's
students
true. You're
going
not
for
a serious
PE.
government.
You see them marching to the police station or Yoko or wherever a person will be detained. Please, we are building a country. Scholarships are meant for needy but brilliant students or people who want to go into academia, people who want to become lecturers and would add to human capacity development or capital development. like stream size scholarship
And the
that
NPP.
you made
And the NPP.
mention of.
And the MPP.
Stream size is a lecturer. And it is not anything far-fetched if the government or the country is investing in someone that will come and bestow knowledge onto others.
So the person
Even
who
with
gave-
universities,
who
they pick
gave-
intelligence
or
students and
is the
sponsor
same
them
person who
so
gave
that they
the
become.
scholarship.
Please.
Didn't even look at his
Please,
political
so
affiliation. but
gift your
gave
worry,
him.
gift your worry. The scholarship, the scholarship program she went to read. Is she coming to lecture anybody? In what capacity was the scholarship given to him?
What was the guarantee that?
Stream
Young
Sai was
people
already a
don't
lecturer. Stream Sai was already a lecturer.
But a lot of people
The
left
person
the
was
lecture.
lecturing. Well, please,
But that doesn't mean that the person will remain
Please.
a lecturer.
please, when you
Today,
are going,
is he a
when,
lecturer?
please.
Today, is he a
He's still a lecturer.
No.
He lectures me.
No.
He lectures me.
Part-time.
Oh, what part-time?
Part-time is not a full-time
What
lecturer.
part-time?
He's still a lecturer, but part-time is still a lecturer.
He's just
Is it
trying to
part-time
relate
or
to your-
part-time?
You see?
No,
He lectures me.
But you don't know whether...
He lectures me. I sit in his class.
No, is he imparting knowledge or is not imparting?
But the
Roger,
rest of
from
the people,
the
they
because
you
also
have
have
to-
to...
you have to-
That kind of politics, theatrics politics, the MPP is playing. You see, let's call a spade a spade. If you want to say that every government, successive government, comes to meet a debt, you see, the scholarship secretariat has a KPI. We know the country's or the government's budgetary allocation. Because they were selling scholarships and then they knew they were going into opposition, they had to sell more in advance. They sold into the future. Because they know from their books that every year we receive this amount of money. So these are the number of people we should be able to absorb.
Exactly.
But because of their moribund, mundane, ill-minded, centered mentality, you see, they sold scholarships into the future. Future sales. Yes.
Forward sales.
Forward sales of scholarship. So, is it not the MPP?
MPP.
Is it not the
It will
MPP?
beg the question.
Owosu Cancer said he knows people who pay.
Owosu
Cancer, the MPPs of Owosu Cancer claim he knows people who paid.
It will beg the question, why are you not investigating?
That one they have to, yes.
That is why when Owosu Cancer was picked up,
But
days later, 2 days later,
Awal
he
is
was
saying-
taking claims that his father's died. It's,
Awal is, I don't know,
see,
I don't know that.
we have to revisit Owosu Cancer's case.
You and who?
We have, no, please. As a country, we need to revisit Owosu Cancer's case. If NIB is listening to this program, let's call them to book. They should come and answer questions. When he was arrested, within 2 days. Please.
You are speaking as though you are in
Please.
opposition.
When-
we are supposed to
when-
call on this. You are in government. You're supposed to tell
No,
us.
Roger, finish up for me because
we
you
are
have
in
to-
government. We will make sure the right thing is done.
Nothing is going
When he was arrested, 2 days he claimed because of the arrest his father died.
92.
Listen, we are a serious country. We need to put things in shape. That's forward sales you've made. You have to vomit the cash. They sold scholarships, some $20,000.
You're still campaigning. You're
They
still
sold,
campaigning.
no. It is
You're
your,
still
it is
the
your,
campaign.
it is your reckless management or handling of the secretariat that has brought this. So if you have students who are now depressed because they paid, let's conduct an investigation.
Those
Some of them are
they
saying
paid. They paid to the
they
government.
paid percentage, 40% of the scholarship amount.
Yes.
If you are taking more than $80,000, you pay 40%.
They were paying.
Are there evidence on
They
record?
are saying yes. Some of the students are voicing out.
That's why I say it's a crime scene. We need to investigate.
You see,
And your government for 1 year, 6 months is not able to.
But
Awal, you should be ashamed of
They
yourself.
were giving 4 years, so it doesn't mean that you can do all in 1 year. We are
Yes.
telling them that they must do what the people of Ghana expect them to do.
So you know that
That
they have been given 4 years, so they can only be doing propaganda by telling people that people have committed crimes without necessarily sending them to court.
Don't worry. When you appear, you will appear in a box. And I know I know you will go for a demonstration that democracy is an attack. When people are called into the box,
Right.
we will have people of your kind marching and making noise that democracy is an attack.
Gentlemen, thank you. Thank
Just
you.
1 minute, Marina. You see, I want to appeal to the government or His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. You see, allegations of corruption have been made. There's no prosecution swiftly going on. The people are even daring government to take them to court.
Because we've done.
So we want to.
Were you not in this country last year?
I beg. I need to wrap up.
Last year they were.
Gentlemen, thank you. Emmanuel Kuti is the executive director of the Africa Center for Security and Counter-Terrorism. Also, Solomon Owusu is director of communications of the United Party. Roger T.D. Williams